Guide for Xrpl project investors, preparing for the transition from the old financial system to the new decentralized economy. As the global financial system shifts towards decentralized and blockchain-based solutions, Xrpl investors must position themselves strategically to protect their wealth, capitalize on opportunities, and navigate the transition effectively. This guide will help investors understand what's changing, how to prepare, and what actions to take, understanding the shift from the old system to the new. The traditional financial system is based on centralized banking, fiat currency, and regulatory oversight. The emerging system is decentralized, digital, and built on blockchain networks like the XRP ledger, Xrpl. Key drivers of change. 1. De-dollarization and CBDCs. Central banks are moving towards digital currencies, reducing reliance on the US dollar. 2. Tokenization of assets. Real-world assets, real estate, stocks, commodities, will be represented on blockchain networks. 3. Bank failures and liquidity crises. The collapse of institutions like Lehman Brothers, 2008, and ongoing bank instability signal the need for decentralized alternatives. 4. Decentralized finance, DeFi, and smart contracts. Xrpl is introducing AMMs, DEX, and tokenized finance that reduce the need for intermediaries. 5. Cross-border payment evolution. Traditional remittance systems, SWIFT, are being replaced by faster, cheaper, and more transparent blockchain solutions, like Xrpl's ODL, on-demand liquidity. How to prepare as an Xrpl investor. 1. Diversify and secure your digital assets. With financial instability looming, Xrpl investors should diversify holdings across different asset classes. XRP and Xrpl-based tokens ensure liquidity for transactions and staking. Stablecoins, Xrpl and others, hold assets pegged to major currencies but choose decentralized stablecoins where possible. Tokenized real-world assets, RWAs, invest in real estate, commodities, or equities that will transition onto Xrpl. Precious metals and hard assets, hedge against inflation by owning gold, silver, or commodities. DeFi and liquidity pools, explore yield-generating opportunities on Xrpl-based DEXs and AMMs. Security best practices, store Xrpl assets in hardware wallets, Ledger Trezor, instead of centralized exchanges. Use multi-signature wallets for added security. Back up your private keys and seed phrases in multiple secure locations. 2. Prepare for financial system disruptions. The transition to a blockchain-based economy may cause bank closures, capital controls, and liquidity crises. Be ready to operate outside traditional systems. Access to on-chain liquidity. Learn how to swap assets using Xrpl DEXs and AMMs. P2P transactions. Practice using Xrpl wallets for direct payments without banks. Alternative banking solutions. Identify fintech companies that integrate crypto-friendly accounts and blockchain-based lending. Exit strategies. Know how to convert digital assets to real-world assets or cash in case of market volatility. 3. Position yourself for the tokenized economy. As assets move to blockchain networks, investors should own projects that will power the new system. Opportunities on Xrpl, CBDCs, and stablecoin issuance. Invest in Xrpl projects working with governments and financial institutions. Tokenized real estate. Look for platforms on Xrpl that allow fractional ownership of property. Supply chain and trade finance. Invest in projects using Xrpl for logistics and payment settlements. DeFi and automated market makers, AMMs. Participate in Xrpl-based DEX for liquidity provision and yield farming. Xrpl innovations to watch, hooks and smart contracts, expanding Xrpl's DeFi capabilities, NFTs and digital identity, ownership verification and Web3 applications, interoperability with other blockchains, Xrpl connecting with Ethereum, Flare, and Bitcoin for cross-chain finance. 4. Adapt your business or investment strategy. If you run a business or invest in startups, prepare for a shift towards decentralized finance, DeFi, tokenized assets, and Web3 applications. Accept payments in crypto. Use Xrpl-based payment gateways to receive digital assets. Explore blockchain-based fundraising. Consider tokenizing shares instead of raising funds through traditional markets. Build partnerships in the Web3 economy. Engage with projects leveraging Xrpl for financial infrastructure, DeFi, and metaverse applications. 5. Stay ahead with knowledge and community engagement. The new financial system is decentralized, fast-moving, and requires continuous learning. Stay informed. Follow Xrpl updates and governance proposals. Keep track of global CBDC and stablecoin developments. Understand DeFi strategies and liquidity management. Join the Xrpl community. Participate in Xrpl governance, XLS proposals. Engage in Xrpl forums, Discord groups, and Twitter spaces. Follow key influencers and developers in the XRP ecosystem. Final thoughts, what comes next? The transition from the old financial system to the new decentralized economy will not be immediate, but will accelerate over the next 5 to 10 years. Regulatory clarity, institutional adoption, and DeFi innovation will determine how fast Xrpl grows. Investors who diversify, secure assets, and adapt to Web3 finance will benefit the most. The shift to blockchain-based finance is inevitable. The question is how prepared you will be when it happens. Are you ready for the new financial system? Preparing for the next phase of Xrpl adoption. Now that you understand how the global financial system is shifting, let's go deeper into strategies for investors to maximize opportunities, mitigate risks, and actively participate in the Xrpl ecosystem. Advanced strategies for Xrpl investors. Build influence and take ownership in Xrpl projects. Many Xrpl investors are passive holders, but as the decentralized economy grows, investors will need to take a more active role in governance and development. Join Xrpl governance discussions. 1. Stay updated on Xrpl amendments, XLS proposals, and vote on key changes. 2. Support innovative projects by providing liquidity, staking, or contributing expertise. 3. Advocate for better adoption strategies within the Xrpl community. Engage with Xrpl projects. 1. Mentor founders and developers to ensure the long-term success of projects you've invested in. 2. Help teams market their solutions and create real-world use cases. 3. Collaborate with businesses to drive real adoption of Xrpl-based payments and solutions. Host or sponsor Xrpl events. 1. Organize online and offline meetups to educate others about Xrpl. 2. Sponsor hackathons or offer incentives for developers to build on Xrpl. 3. Create YouTube or Twitter content to spread awareness of Xrpl's benefits. 7. Leverage decentralized finance, DeFi, for passive income. The Xrpl ecosystem is evolving with automated market makers, AMMs, liquidity pools, and DeFi platforms. Investors should learn to generate yield without relying on centralized institutions. Ways to earn passive income. On Xrpl, provide liquidity to Xrpl DEX and AMMs. 1. Earn a share of transaction fees from decentralized exchanges. 2. Support stablecoin liquidity pools for cross-border payments. Stake and lend Xrpl-based assets. 1. Lend stablecoins or XRP to decentralized lending platforms. 2. Stake governance tokens in Xrpl projects to earn rewards. Trade and arbitrage Xrpl assets. 1. Take advantage of price differences between Xrpl tokens on different exchanges. 2. Use bots or manual strategies to trade on Xrpl's low-fee, high-speed DEX. 8. Tokenize assets and build Web3 business models. The next financial system will be driven by tokenized assets. Investors should position themselves accordingly. Tokenization opportunities on Xrpl real estate. Fractional ownership of properties as NFTs or tokenized assets. Art and intellectual property. Monetize digital assets through Xrpl's NFT marketplace. Company shares. Businesses can tokenize equity, creating liquid and decentralized ownership. Commodities and precious metals. Gold, silver, and oil-backed tokens on Xrpl. How to participate. Invest in platforms building tokenized asset solutions on Xrpl. Work with businesses to digitize ownership structures. Provide liquidity to tokenized asset markets on Xrpl. 9. Hedge against volatility and economic instability. As the financial world transitions, there will be market crashes, inflation, and uncertainty. Smart investors hedge against these risks. Use stablecoins and digital cash. 1. Keep a portion of holdings in Xrpl-based stablecoins for liquidity. 2. Diversify across fiat-backed and algorithmic stablecoins to reduce counterparty risk. Own hard and tokenized assets. 1. Tokenized gold, silver, and real estate will serve as protection against inflation. 2. Real-world business investments still provide stability. Trade strategically and preserve capital. 1. Use low-fee Xrpl DEX trades to quickly switch between assets. 2. Keep some cash reserves for bear markets and new investment opportunities. Final vision: the future of Xrpl investors. As the world moves toward decentralization, The role of investors will evolve from passive holders to active builders, governors, and economic participants. Mass adoption of Xrpl is coming. Position yourself early. Learn, invest, and engage. The more active you are, the greater the rewards. Decentralization empowers you. Take responsibility for your assets, decisions, and future. Are you ready to lead in the new financial system? The road to Xrpl mass adoption. What comes next? Now that we've covered the strategic actions investors should take, let's explore what the mass adoption of Xrpl will look like, the challenges ahead, and how to stay ahead of the curve. What will drive Xrpl mass adoption? For the Xrpl ecosystem to become a dominant financial network, several key factors will accelerate its mainstream use. Regulatory clarity and institutional adoption. Governments and institutions need clear regulations for Xrpl-based assets. Ripple's partnerships with banks, payment providers, and enterprises will increase real-world use cases. Once XRP is legally recognized as a neutral global liquidity asset, institutional money will flood in. 2. Retail and business integration. Merchants accepting XRP and Xrpl-based stablecoins will drive real-world spending. Cross-border remittances will shift from SWIFT to Xrpl-powered payments. Companies will tokenize assets, stocks, and revenue streams directly on the Xrpl. 3. DeFi and tokenized finance on Xrpl. Automated market makers, AMMs, will attract liquidity providers. Stablecoin issuance on Xrpl will drive DeFi adoption. The tokenization of real estate, stocks, and commodities will bring traditional investors into the ecosystem. 4. Xrpl interoperability and cross-chain growth. Xrpl's integration with Ethereum, Flare, and other chains will bring liquidity from other blockchains. Sidechains and Layer 2 solutions will allow smart contracts, DeFi, and NFT marketplaces to grow. 5. Crisis in the old financial system. As centralized banking systems weaken, people will seek decentralized alternatives. Hyperinflation, bank runs, and economic instability will drive capital into Xrpl's fast, low-cost, and censorship-resistant network. How Xrpl investors can lead the transitions. Educate and onboard others. Investors who educate businesses, retailers, and new users will accelerate Xrpl adoption. Teach businesses how to accept XRP payments. Show people how to store, send, and trade Xrpl assets securely. Host workshops, Twitter Spaces, or online guides to demystify Xrpl. 7. Invest in Xrpl startups and projects. The next financial revolution will be built on Xrpl. Investors should fund, support, and partner with Web3 builders. Back projects building Xrpl DeFi platforms, NFTs, and tokenized assets. Support developers integrating Xrpl into real-world businesses. Fund innovations that solve cross-border payments, lending, and trade finance. 8. Drive institutional and corporate adoption. Institutions move slowly, but early Xrpl investors can help onboard banks, payment processors, and enterprises. Connect businesses to Ripple's enterprise solutions. ODL, CBDC platforms, tokenization tools. Help banks and fintech firms integrate Xrpl for instant cross-border transactions. Encourage enterprises to use Xrpl for payroll, invoicing, and supply chain finance. 9. Stay resilient. During market cycles, the old system will fight back against Xrpl and blockchain adoption, but long-term investors should stay patient and build through the volatility. Keep accumulating XRP and Xrpl-based assets while prices are low. Avoid panic selling during regulatory FUD or temporary price drops. Stick to fundamentals. Xrpl adoption is inevitable, but it takes time. Final thoughts. The investors who prepare now will lead the future. The transition from the old centralized financial system to a decentralized economy powered by Xrpl will not happen overnight, but those who prepare will benefit the most. Your choices today determine your financial future. Will you passively watch the shift, or will you lead the transition? Will you wait for mass adoption, or will you help drive it? Will you rely on centralized banks, or will you take control of your financial freedom? The future belongs to those who take action now. Are you ready? Preparing for the financial shift. Final steps for Xrpl investors. Mass adoption of Xrpl won't happen overnight. It requires investors, developers, and businesses to actively drive adoption. Those who prepare early will be the ones who profit the most when the new financial system takes over. Now, let's explore the final steps Xrpl investors should take to secure their position in this transformation. 10. Master self-custody and security. As the financial system transitions, self-custody of digital assets becomes critical. Investors must protect their XRPL assets from government overreach, exchange failures, and cyber threats. Use a cold wallet for long-term holdings. 1. Ledger, Nano X, Tangem, Xum, Tangem cards, or other hardware wallets. 2. Never store large amounts of XRP or XRPL assets on centralized exchanges. Set up a multi-signature, multi-sig wallet. 1. Protect large holdings with multiple security layers. 2. Require multiple private keys to approve transactions. Use decentralized platforms for trading and finance. 1. XRPL Dex allows peer-to-peer trading without intermediaries. 2. DeFi lending and liquidity pools let you earn passive income without banks. Regularly back up wallets and private keys. 1. Keep offline copies of seed phrases in secure locations. 2. Use secure password managers for online wallets and logins. 11. Prepare for financial system disruptions. As the old system crumbles, investors must be ready for global economic turbulence. The transition from legacy finance to blockchain-based economies will create volatility. Diversify wealth across digital and hard assets. 1. Hold some cash reserves for short-term liquidity. 2. Invest in hard assets like gold, silver, and real estate to hedge against inflation. 3. Own XRPL tokenized assets that offer decentralized ownership. Use XRPL for cross-border payments and transactions. 1. Avoid banks and payment networks that may freeze accounts. 2. Educate businesses on settling invoices and salaries in XRP or XRPL stablecoins. Stay alert to central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. 1. Many governments will launch CBDCs to maintain financial control. 2. XRPL-based CBDCs offer transparency, but centralized ones may track and limit transactions. 12. Build a network of XRPL investors and entrepreneurs. The most successful investors in the next financial era won't just hold assets, they'll collaborate to shape the new system. Join XRPL investor groups and DAOs. 1. Participate in XRPL-based DAOs that govern decentralized projects. 2. Form investment clubs to pool capital into promising XRPL startups. Mentor and guide new investors. 1. Help new users set up wallets, trade on the XRPL Dex, and avoid scams. 2. Educate businesses on tokenizing assets and integrating XRPL payments. Build a global Web3 business network. 1. Partner with developers, marketers, and project leaders. 2. Support Web3 entrepreneurs who are building XRPL-based solutions. Final vision: XRPL's role in the next financial era. As the financial system collapses and new decentralized systems emerge, XRPL will become one of the key global settlement networks. Will it replace banks? Not entirely. But it will force banks, governments, and businesses to evolve into blockchain-powered financial institutions. Fast, low-cost transactions will disrupt traditional finance. Tokenized real-world assets will create new financial models. Decentralized governance will shift power from corporations to users. The world is changing. Investors who take action today will lead tomorrow. Are you prepared? Hurdles to XRPL mass adoption, challenges, and how to overcome them. While XRPL is positioned to play a major role in the future financial system, several hurdles could slow down its adoption. Investors and developers must anticipate these challenges and build solutions to navigate them. 1. Regulatory uncertainty and government resistance. One of the biggest threats to mass adoption is unclear or hostile regulation. Challenges: governments and financial institutions may resist decentralization to maintain control. Harsh crypto regulations, restrictions, or bans could slow institutional adoption. Uncertainty about how XRP and XRPL assets will be classified, commodity versus security. Solutions: engage with policymakers to promote fair regulations. Support pro-XRPL lobbying efforts and decentralized finance advocacy. Educate businesses on compliance-friendly ways to integrate XRPL solutions. 2. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and government-controlled blockchain networks. While CBDCs may bring more people into digital finance, they could also compete with XRPL and attempt to limit decentralized solutions. Challenges: governments may push surveillance-heavy CBDCs that restrict financial freedom. Businesses may default to government-backed blockchain solutions instead of XRPL. Traditional banks may lobby against decentralized finance. Solutions: promote XRPL-based stablecoins as an alternative to CBDCs. Develop business models that integrate Xrpl with CBDC systems. Educate people on the benefits of self-custody and decentralization. 3. Institutional hesitation and slow adoption. Many banks, payment processors, and financial institutions still hesitate to adopt blockchain solutions due to risk aversion. Challenges. Traditional financial players may delay integrating Xrpl-based solutions. Businesses may fear volatility or lack blockchain expertise. Existing financial networks, like SWIFT, may fight against Xrpl's expansion. Solutions. Provide real-world case studies of successful Xrpl adoption. Develop user-friendly business tools for integrating Xrpl payments. Partner with fintech firms that bridge Web 2 businesses to Web 3 finance. 4. Lack of public awareness and education for Xrpl to reach mass adoption. People must understand how to use it. Right now, most businesses and consumers don't know how Xrpl works. Challenges. Lack of education on Xrpl's benefits for payments, tokenization, and DeFi. Misinformation and media narratives that favor traditional finance. Difficult onboarding process for beginners unfamiliar with blockchain. Solutions. Create easy-to-follow guides, courses, and tutorials on using Xrpl. Promote real-world success stories of Xrpl in payments and business. Build simplified onboarding tools to make adoption easier. 5. Scalability and technical improvements. Xrpl is fast and efficient, but as adoption grows, the network must scale to support millions of users and transactions. Challenges. Xrpl lacks native smart contracts, though hooks and sidechains are in development. Network congestion could increase transaction fees if not managed properly. Some financial institutions may favor more flexible blockchains like Ethereum. Solutions. Xrpl sidechains and smart contract solutions. Hooks, EVM compatibility. Infrastructure upgrades to support higher transaction volumes. Cross-chain interoperability with Ethereum, Flare, and other blockchains. 6. Market volatility and speculation. While Xrpl is a serious financial network, speculation and volatility in crypto markets can slow real-world adoption. Challenges. Short-term traders focus on price speculation instead of utility. Businesses hesitate to use XRP due to price fluctuations. Bear markets can reduce developer funding and project growth. Solutions. Promote long-term adoption use cases beyond trading. Increase liquidity and stablecoin usage on Xrpl to reduce volatility concerns. Support Xrpl-based projects that provide real-world utility. 7. Competition from other blockchains and financial networks. Xrpl isn't the only blockchain working toward mass adoption. Other networks like Ethereum, Solana, and Flare are also competing for market share. Challenges. Ethereum's strong developer community gives it an advantage in DeFi. Flare and Cosmos offer cross-chain solutions that attract businesses. Some institutions may prefer private blockchain solutions instead of Xrpl. Solutions. Focus on Xrpl's strengths: speed, low fees, decentralized exchange, and regulatory compliance. Build cross-chain solutions that let users transfer assets between Xrpl and other networks. Partner with projects that enhance Xrpl's smart contract capabilities. The path forward, overcoming these hurdles. While these challenges may slow down Xrpl's adoption, they won't stop it. The shift to decentralized finance is inevitable, and Xrpl is well positioned to play a key role in the new financial system. Early adopters should stay ahead of regulations and market trends. Developers should continue building solutions that make Xrpl more user-friendly. Investors should focus on long-term value, not just short-term price movements. Xrpl's future is bright. The hurdles ahead are opportunities for those who are prepared. Are you ready to take action?